Here we go. Good morning. No, wait. Calm down. It isn't working yet. The tools, scripts, countdown. This is working. No? Yeah, okay. Start. Amazing. Good morning, citizens of the world. Yeah. No, not that. I mean, we are all citizens of the world, but we are not gonna say that like I am crazy, not that crazy exactly. What? Ah, I am trying to open a streamer mode. No, really, I have already opened that, so that one is not the one that I should be opening. Next, why did the wait? Why did the bitrate die? Why did the bitrate die for like a handful of seconds, and it anyways didn't matter? What can happen? Can occur. Totally occur. What an experience. Let me copy this. Yeah. Now, I have a question. Like, what's the point of having 5 or 4 different transmissions in the same tab if monitoring them is not going to change anything? Like, no, they are the exact same one. Why do you need me to monitor? Like, you don't let me do anything particularly inside of the YouTube platform to justify it. Like, oh no, wow, what an amazing thing. It actually does so much. Beautiful. No, it's meaningless, entirely meaningless. Can happen. Yes, or something like that, probably. Part of the experience, always. Next is, let me drop this here, plus, what are we? Part of Excel Day 12. Amazing. This has become a channel solely dedicated to part of Excel content. Here, you shall watch the best league content pertaining to newest leagues and whatnot that there will ever be. Wow. It's all good, I guess. At some point, also, wait. Shh. Why did you have sound enabled by default, brother? What was your plan there? Like, what are you doing? You're trying to kill me. That's exactly what you're doing. Also, I remember I said something about it the other day. I got to confirm it, basically. Indeed, there is like an issue here of me being way too close to the microphone. I saw someone else, not one person. Most people have like a significant distance between their microphone and their mouth, unavoidably. This is, you see it, and it's incredibly strange. There is like, not even like how much, not even 2 inches of distance here. Can happen, I guess. I have a problem. I like to whisper way too much. I shouldn't whisper that much. It will probably work if I spoke more intensely, you know, but we are not going to fix it today. We are not going to fix that. It's unavoidable. To some extent, it's hard to understand me if I am always fucking whispering. Wow, who could have predicted that it is difficult to actually get what I am saying? Who could have ever expected that? Incredible. But at some point it will be fixed. I have to believe. At some point I will get better conditions We have no something will change, or something will be done, and that won't happen anymore. But until then, me and the in the end, it was absolutely right. This is the most ASMR sort of setup that you can have, unintentionally. Amazing. What a guy. What a person. What a human being. And I, yeah, I need to. One day we're going to fix that. Yeah. Probably. And the realities I realized about that, like, when 2 or 3 days ago, not like, no, I have always known about this thing. I came to the conclusion that, yeah, this is a common occurrence, like, absolutely recently, not like, wow, yeah, I am so aware of this thing. I am completely conscious of this situation. No, I entirely wasn't. What can happen? It can happen. So it is whatever. It is surprising to see. Probably. Is it? No, it's not even related to shyness. I'm a person that simply prefers to not speak with strength. So then I have the perfect excuse. In the end, there is nothing like actually checking here. So how can anyone realize that that's happening? There is no way for you to realize if I don't tell you that that's happening. Like, at best, you can realize that it feels like sometimes this guy might be whispering, but I have no real clue of no real way of knowing that actually. So who knows? Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. And if he isn't, how can I actually get any actual factual, I wouldn't say simply evidence, but rather I know that this is or isn't happening. There is no way for you to know that, but it doesn't matter. We are fine. We are Gucci, basically. So yeah, when one day things will be better, I will perform more appropriately or something like that. Also, I am incredibly distanced. Give me a second. Wait. Give me a second. Am I a detective? No, it's something about the fact or the whole concept of yeah. This is the statement being created. This is the thing that I can actually possess to substantiate. Is it said like that? Substantiate, yeah, indeed. Provide evidence to support or prove the truth of. They had nothing to substantiate the allegations, usage. The whole concept of my claim has to be real, based on something in terms of I can actually get what you are saying. I can actually see if this is happening or not. But yeah, that's the reason I feel like. At least, yeah, in my case, it's that I something related to philosophy, probably the whole aspect of yeah, it's useful to possess something of that sort and to be capable, therefore, of utilizing it in not just in philosophy, the whole aspect of, okay, the thing that you are saying, does it actually possess any sort of evidence? The claim that you are creating is actually founded on something, or are you telling me, nah, yeah, you know what, this is the thing that is, and there is no actual way to track out it in any other manner? Doesn't matter anyways. Good morning, we are here today. Get all around, get the hand to keep on playing. Fucking Path of Exile, amazing. I I didn't fix anything. I have not fixed anything at all. So that's certainly interesting. What changed? What the only thing that's changed is my comprehension about how to farm. That's the only thing that's going. I said I told myself. Wait. Pin. Are you sure you want to? Yes. And this. There we go. Amazing. Did I read anything to actually know? The closest thing that you can get to that is to watch a video. I don't actually know. I didn't look for one. I look for a video, and that's what I used in this case. I don't. Bro, there has to be, no? It's like impossible to believe that there would be no video, no written guide or something like that to actually show you how to farm properly and whatnot. But no, in my case, I found a short enough video that was like, yeah, this is a simple enough method that you can try to replicate. And based on that, I said, yeah, you know what, we can try it. And that's how we ended up here. Ta-da! Amazing. I feel like I am forgetting something. I have no clue what it is. God knows what it is. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Does it truly not matter? What am I forgetting? Can't happen. That lingering sensation is beautiful. Something, yeah, mostly I learned. No, I did change scene, so I didn't forget that. What am I forgetting? Can't happen. Yeah, I was wanting to say that, yeah, there is something beautiful about. At some point in existence, I explained that the whole aspect of intuition and whatnot, in terms of, when you are streaming, you get to develop slowly throughout time that capacity to sense that maybe in this case I am forgetting something. When that happens, there is an important situation that is, I might actually realize that sometimes I have stuff that I need to alter in some way, so to speak, just to make sure that I stop having that sensation, because I know from where it is actually coming, so I can properly do something to avoid having it anymore. But the problem itself is, to begin with anything, being able of saying that, yeah, this is the thing that is creating it, so it is whatever. Anyways, just a quick explanation. The rapid summary is, there is this map called Necropolis. Like, when they changed the Atlas, you can now choose exactly where you go. You don't need to buy it. So you can utilize any map, any one of these. Yeah, actually, all of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's say 16, 17 maps can be utilized here on Necropolis. And the important thing is also, what the fuck? Shut up, trade. There we go. Is you can utilize any map on Necropolis. And why does Necropolis matter? We have Brotere's gift. Why does Brotere gift matter? Because it is a 1 card, which is 5 divines. So, what was the thing? Stash here. This thing with a chisel. Basically, I think to alter maps, you can increase the quantity of divinations that you gain. And after that comes the funnier part of doing. Where is it? Here. Here, you put this. Both of them are the same, no? So let me. All this. Did anything change? I think literally nothing changed. So amazing. Also, wait. I have a question now that we're here. Can I utilize a chisel on you? No, I can't utilize a chisel on this thing. Great enough, so I cannot actually utilize this one. Did I have? No, I don't have every single one of them corrupted. That's true. Then we're leaving that one. And I'm grabbing this one, and you're saying this. Also have some other stuff in the inventory. I am amazing. I would love to have something like a button to quickly order everything. It doesn't exist. Or better yet, it has to be a paid function. I love this company so much. But yeah, whatever. Point is, we go here. Any map works. The point is that it has the thing that gives more divination cards, and after that comes this thing duplicates any divination card dropped, and this thing have 1000% increased chance to drop divination cards. So you utilize those, and you basically win, and it's amazing. So the question is now, what am I actually trying to get? Besides that, I think nothing else. I probably should just go ahead. I think that, yeah, there is truly nothing more to win from that. So, just to, I did the wrong map, no? I didn't do the wrong map. Why did it open here? Huh? What? Why did it open? What? Why did it open there? What the fuck happened? Excuse me? This one. It opened this map? Can occur. I lost a map entrance. Doesn't matter. Whatever. We're great. It's part of the experience, yes. So, what's going to be dropped here? Fuck. I love not knowing at all what's going to be. Does it actually matter? Probably, absolutely, for sure. 300% sure that it does matter. But we're going to act like it doesn't. How rare is the card? It's not that rare, and that's also part of the partially the point of utilizing so many things that boosts the drop of the card. It's like 1 in 4 instead of the whole drop pool pertaining to that only map, basically. And besides that drop pool, you also have the whole aspect of if oh no, it's not like that. It's besides the pertaining drop pool that is exact to the map to which you are exploring. You also have the other thing of the universal divination card drops, so it shouldn't be that much, basically. It is, with those other global drops taken into consideration, it should sit around, I think it was like, and with all of the buffs, 6%, 7%, and the point is also, it is divines for something that costs to set up, like, I think 50 chaos, like, depending on how much it actually costs, we will see. But if it doesn't take that long to get one, we're gonna be making profit almost instantaneously. Wow. But yeah, that's the quick explanation, I guess. Besides that, I don't know, it's just going to be about waiting enough until we can get something. And it should happen, supposedly it should happen. The only issue is also that one of the modifiers requires me to kill the boss always, so that makes... What killed me? They left the traps. Amazing. It makes the whole process a lot more unenjoyable to some extent, simply because I need to finish the entire map, and by having that happen, I always need to do a full clear, basically. One of the qualities also is like, yeah, you get... It duplicates, not multiplies, duplicates the amount of divination cards. So even if it doesn't drop in the first, or like let's say 5 maps, even if it doesn't drop in the first 5 maps, as long as it drops at some point, it should be more than worth it, so to speak. But it is, to some extent, a very intense delayed gratification sort of thing, simply because of how deep into the whole process it is. But it's fine, it is whatever, actually. In my eyes, we are going to wear it, so it is a 50-50 chance. Either we wear it, either we don't. And if we do, life is going to be amazing. But anyway, just out having enough patience to see. Until then, we have like, probably, I expect 1 hour or 2 to see if it works. If it doesn't work until then, at that point, then it might actually be time to simply change tactics or something of that sort. But it should. Like, there is no reason for it to not work. The only issue is going to be seeing which drop chance it actually has. But that's different to some extent. But yeah, that's, I guess, the whole explanation now. For now. I hate these books so much. They do. The best part is that they do chaos damage, and it's literally the only thing that I am utterly incapable of surviving. But it's fine. It's literally a skill issue moment, so it doesn't matter how resistant or not they are. At some point I will win. I just need to keep hitting everything. Holy. Okay, anyway. We are fine. Besides that, yeah, I don't think there is anything more substantial to say about the game particularly, so... wait. Why am I... Do I not have the capacity to regenerate thing, like... Also, why is this the area that opened instead of the proper one? Like, what happened? Also, wait. Do I have no... player cannot... Okay, yeah. To some extent it actually makes sense then why it looked or felt so difficult. I do have no reason capacity on my own. And that is something that I absolutely hate out here, but it's fine. It's all fine. Now, no, we're exactly in the same place as the last 5 streams in relation to me gaining a level. I have no clue what to level up. I guess this is like the easiest choice, but is there anything good like this? No, it was this, I think. This increases. This doesn't actually increase the crit chance, this only increases the crit multiplier. So, crit chance? Do we have anything close to that, like axe related? There is no way. No way there is here. No. We farm together? Wait. I would offer it. Okay. Let me say it like this. There is a problem. Unavoidably I am playing on Brazil. The closest server to me is Brazil, so that's like a situation. But if you're capable of enduring that, you can come here. You simply need a bull to survive, and I can carry you through here, you know? Like, I don't really know how difficult it is to get, basically, what's the name? Tank stuff. But, yeah, that's my offer, if you want to. Also, it wasn't... no, I already... Okay. Very well. You know what? If I regret this choice, it is my own fault. Okay, a substantial amount of damage anyways, so... I don't know. Are Aura buffs still good support? Yeah, they are still amazing. The whole aspect of being... what's the name? Our people still utilize a lot of Aura wards and whatnot. And they are still vulnerable in itself, like... I think, for example, if I showed that I have an Aura boss here on stream, I would probably increase the odds of getting banned by an incredibly high amount. But in themselves, they are absolutely popular, because there are a handful, and even more with newer content, things that make it so that you get quite a high chance of... Also, wait, what do you sell? Sustain, guys. What do you sell? Exchange. You don't sell anything. Beautiful. Don't get banned. The Aura Watch themselves, I think, cost some money to set up, so I would not do it simply because of that. And besides that situation, the whole aspect of also, as I said, if you decide to stream, you guarantee almost getting banned from doing that. So you kinda shoot yourself in the foot by playing the game like that. The people who utilizes Aura Watch can do it without... because they don't show it, basically. No, unavoidably, there is no problem. The whole aspect of you being a real person and whatnot, and being capable of proving that you're a living human being, is what would allow you to do it. But holy shit! Almost died. Almost. Okay, here we see if this guy dies and doesn't drop volatile power. Now, let me see. See. This is pertaining... Indeed, it is pertaining to this area. Why the fuck did I get this area? How did I get this area? No. I didn't even... What happened? What happened? Beautiful bug. I don't even have it unlocked. How did I get that area instead of Necropolis? Can happen, a skill issue. Whatever, man. You are so right, Doomfy. What a video game. We also have that, I guess. Let me see. Can I understand why that happened? Like, here. Unavoidably, every single keyword here is map. Every single one of them is one, so impossible to find it. Also, I forgot that I choose the upgrade for this thing here. Let me arm it. Something like that, I guess. True. And probably I am going to. I am not that capable of sustaining all the damage that I'm going to take. But we're going to see. Yeah, no, I cannot survive this. I could. Amazing. I guess when I don't get 20,000 stans on me, I don't die instantaneously. Otherwise, yeah, there is like a substantial chance of that happening. Isn't this a good idea? What? Wait. No, right? Like, I'm pretty sure it isn't, but could check. I could also not check and act like it is, and be happy with whatever it is. Why the fuck did I get a random map? What happened there? Is it a corrupt possibility that I didn't read when using that map there? Amazing. But the point is, it did drop cards, so that much happened. That much did occur, so good. But why? Why this map? Anyways, too many questions to ask that don't matter at all. Was it what changed to make it whatever it is? Whatever you say here. Players are cursed, yeah. Cannot be stunned, huh? There is nothing that should alter it from being necropolis. Now it should actually open as a necropolis. We are going to find out, I guess. Also, when I do... Oh, I can't do that. I need to do it like this. Yeah. Do I need... Ah, yeah. I need the chisel also. Wait. What is my chisel? You. Amazing play. I forgot to chisel before corrupting. I am incredible. I am absolutely amazing. Yeah. I am getting accustomed. Please excuse my inability, my incapacity to actually properly use things here. Can happen. What was that? Oh, yeah. Just stash everything at this point, man. Doesn't matter. Can you stash that too? Okay. This and I shouldn't stash that one. Give me this. There we go. Now it actually works. It lost the fucking... What if I don't corrupt it? What if... What do you offer me? What do you do? Corrupted? Have 1+3 random map. Give me this for a second. I don't need you. For now, I don't need you. Otherwise, I'm going to lose my mind if it happens way too many times on stream. Also, I didn't do the leads on hero, right? Nor the mirage. I am amazing. I am an incredible player. I missed like a quarter of the content. I am surprisingly good sometimes. And the question is, where the fuck is the Legion? Great, I don't remember myself. There is a Legion somewhere. The problem is going to be finding it. Here we are. And another map there. Tier 10, good. Great. Also, one of the many things that happened was that I realized I did have enough damage to actually do all of this without any problem whatsoever. I was so accustomed to trying to utilize things to make it... There we go. Wait. Oh my god! All of these people do amazing. What the point is, we have the possibility of winning. We just need to get lucky, and I need to stop corrupting stuff probably. At some point I will learn my lesson. I guess I already did. To some extent I already did. What a thing, man. I wasn't expecting, out of all the possibilities, to fail the first map entirely because of that thing. What a beauty. Anyways, it is whatever. Aren't I missing something? No. Okay. It was such a comedic encounter, that whole... Ah, yeah, you know what? The thing that you're looking for gets entirely cancelled. It's... No, there is a timeless splinter, doesn't matter. This point, let it go, man. Let me continue. It's all good. So, we have that, this... What is the abyssal? Ah. What is the abyssal incubator? What a great question. No clue, man. What do you think it might be? What could it possibly be? Also, there is... looking for... you. Currency. Give me... Chisel, you... What's the current cost? 115 each one, so... We need... we need to get the thing right. Otherwise it's going to be incredibly costly. There we go, that. Now, give me my fucking necropolis. Necropolis here, good. This here. This here. This. There we go, anything else. I can save this, it's whatever. And I can save it. Yeah, this too also. Now for real. First test of the actual mechanic, like, perhaps it works. Perhaps I failed at something else that I didn't pay attention to. No, okay, there we go. Necropolis. Now it should be working. Also, one of the issues that I found is, it's horrible. The whole aspect of trying to get the things to give you what you want. The rest of most mechanics do not actually reward you. What's the word? Exactly the divination cards from the pool in which you are. Most of them actually force you to have the whole... Ah, yeah. If you're lucky enough, you might actually get to experience being or using or possessing or encountering or whatever random divination cards, if at all. If not, you can simply not get any divination card, just and base stacked decks, which are basically one, yeah, which forces you to pull from the entire pool of divination cards, which is even worse to some extent. But it is fine. It is fine. It is... Such can be life, I guess. Also, there is... Double boss? No. I was going to be so happy. Mirage was going to be so great, but couldn't happen, sadly. Couldn't be. No, you cannot be happy, man. Whatever. Such are these encounters, I guess. And besides that, now that I can focus, there are no more... What's the word? Unexpected occurrences, to say it simply. About to happen, that could potentially happen, that might catch me off guard and whatever. There is something that I didn't think out today. I feel like to some extent it's, you know, I wouldn't say exact realization that every single person has, but more along the lines of the thing that everybody is capable of feeling, but might not go directly mentioned to some extent, because it is, you know, really strange, I feel like. But I was thinking about how you actually reached that. I don't have a proper explanation. Something led me to the analysis of, oh wow, what is music in the end, and what do we do when we encounter music, and what's our experience with music and whatnot. And I was feeling, to some extent, okay, I remember. The context was, I was watching a guide that said something along the lines of, here how to get life to be better was the catchy title or the catchy image that was being shown, or something along those lines. Not exactly that, but something along those lines. And while that was said, the real title of the video was more about music, how to find good music. And I guess, unavoidably, like every single normal human being, once you hear that, there is an idea of what the fuck are you talking about? Why did you utilize such an obvious bait, like an obvious catchy title, just to get clicks, when that might not have any correlation whatsoever? And in the actual thought of what was being said, I think that to some extent it actually is minimally correct. It seems to be possible. Just it is a plausible enough explanation that there is something that has to do with the good or bad music that we encounter around us, and the good or bad music that we are capable of, I wouldn't simply say consuming, but yeah, knowing that is surrounding us works well enough, basically. And the whole notion of I can be satisfied by knowing that I listen to good stuff and whatnot. And the very basic enough explanation is that it does occur to the degree of unavoidably I encounter music, and that's it. But there is this other spectrum of the notion of you could try to say that maybe, possibly enough, it could happen that the correlation also lies in, and you know what, the music that I have access or not to could entirely influence my existence, not just in a basic sense of it could be influence and whatnot, and leave it at that, but rather of it could entirely be possible that the music that I can consume or not leads to the rest of my life being impacted in the... We always said that, for example, it is already at this point in life an established quote-unquote fact notion, the whole thing of, you know what, nowadays, or not nowadays, also, welcome Tom, I hope you're very well, and I thought I dropped something, didn't happen, but yeah, sorry, I was saying, something about music. The established fact, quote unquote, is that everyone seems to understand that you need to give your children some degree of music around them, and even more the notion of, and possibly enough, classical music seems to influence the development, so to speak, and all of that, you know, the whole aspect of what's a simple enough way to say it? Something along the lines of, because we all have, there have been enough analysis and studies surrounding the whole notion of, music seems to impact the mental development of in this case, the children and whatnot. And with that already we were capable of saying, it could be the case, and if it is the case, then it might as well also mean that we need to make usage of that around them more consciously. And while that is true, I feel like to some extent unavoidably it also occurs that music in itself is important, but also in the life of an adult, so to speak, and I don't want to say something along the lines of, and unavoidably every single person understands that. I feel like it's not a basic understanding, the notion of, why did I die? The notion of, you know what, because you're listening to something that you enjoy, your quality of life gets improved. But at least what we say, what we seem to be capable enough of mentioning is, yeah, even if to some extent it can be absolutely fake, that's not the thing being debated, I guess. But the whole no, I'm amazing. I'm absolutely amazing. The whole notion of yeah, you know what, the music that you listen impacts your mood, particularly in the case of wow, you listen to way too dark music, too obscure music, too depressing music, you are gonna be depressed, and that in most cases that seems to entirely be a false statement. The most obvious explanation of you can be entirely happy and listen to something that might be a dark song and whatever, and you're not going to, simply because of that, want to kill yourself. That's not what happens in the life of most people. Like, that's not a reasonable thing to say or to expect people to express, so to speak, of yeah, you know what, this song is what makes me kill myself. Yeah, exactly that. The whole notion of you're having a great day, and because you heard a sad song, now you are down enough. Your mood was great, but because you heard a sad song, now you have found within you the desire to extinguish your own existence, basically. And I feel like unavoidably that is not the case. Unavoidably, to some degree, that is not at all an accurate notion. It has a lot more to do with, simply put, are you actually... I think I chose the wrong map, right? Something tells me that I chose the wrong map. Now, you might wonder, how do I know that? Because I'm goated like that. This is Necropolis. No, it was right. Amazing. And it dropped nothing, okay. It's gonna be an experience, a grinding experience, whatever. Whatever, we shall grind as much as it is necessary, I guess. At some point it will work. I tell myself as I'm about to cry because nothing of value actually dropped. Also, I need to identify these things. What? Let me... this... Why do I have this? Why do I have uniques with me? What happened? This. There we go. And stash this, and everything else is... yeah. But yeah, I was saying, basically, that I feel like it happens that we have a basic enough understanding of, yeah, maybe it does influence your life, the music that you listen to and whatnot, but it isn't entirely, not that it isn't grounded on reality, it isn't entirely cemented that, yeah, you know what, it does matter a lot if you actually listen to something or not. We have the notion that it has a basic importance to listen to good or bad music, whatever it is, but we don't have the understanding of, and you know what? This is significant enough to the degree to which you could very well say that listening to music that might... not listening to music, or it's based around that, sorry, it takes even for me a second to adapt the whole notion of the simple act of listening to something is meaningful. And I will say, I cannot exactly explain why in terms of... I guess it has to do something with the whole notion of, yeah, you know, when you are capable of listening to things that are... is it related? I don't think it is related. Simply do something. When you're capable of listening to any kind of music, you can distract your mind in different ways and whatnot. And to not have that thing in itself happen might as well mean that you are in some way not allowing your mind to... I feel like the proper description would be wonder in that case, in that sense of because I can listen to something or musical of this sort, I can therefore, I guess, relax. I don't know if it is exactly that term, but something along those lines. And it is valuable enough to the degree to which I feel like it is useful and it is even absolutely necessary, I will say personally. But we have normalized within all the chaos of the current lives that we drive the possibility of not at all listening to something. Not that, you can say it like this, not that you are obliged to or forced, you have to always be listening to something, because otherwise, like, you taking it to the extreme, if you're not listening to music, that's when you're going to find out that you are going to be feeling unwell, that you're going to be at that point, yes, having an absolutely negative sensation. Not that, but that certainly having it might as well increase the quality of life of a person in some way. The whole aspect of music as a method to allow expression of the self, I would say. Something along those lines, I feel like is what happens, and what also nowadays gets ignored when you say, I am not already listening to anything. I feel like that's not the case. I feel like if it is anything that happens, it has to be the encounter or not with any kind of music. And when that final occurs, it is that the person might as well feel like something is finally arising within them. I guess you can take it to a negative to a negative extreme of, and you know what, if you're not listening to what we could call the, what is it, if you're not listening, basically what's to, back to what I mentioned before, you need to be particularly listening to only classical music, to only this sort of arrangements and nothing else. Everything else is meaningless or is absolutely bad, and it diminishes the quality of your life. Like, there is only this particular way of enjoying music at all. If you do not engage with music in that way, then you're doing something wrong. And if you do not do the act of participating in the listening of music within that mode, then it is that you are damaging stuff. I don't think that that's the case. I feel like, once again, the point is simply to listen to something is meaningful, and to not to do so might as well bring diminution in the quality of existence of the person. It's simply, I feel like it's strange to say it so directly, but the notion simplifier is, it's absolutely necessary to have something that allows one to add that it's not just out enjoyable noise. Simply that the noise of nature sometimes can be absolutely enjoyable, but rather that conscious choice of things that enter our experience directly from the aspect of, this is the music that feels our existence, and this is the music that goes around us while the rest of the other things are basically happening. In that encounter, it is that I feel like the person deserves the most to have. It's not that they deserve, they have the control over that, and we have, to some extent, even directly abandoned that. It is not anymore necessary for anyone to listen to anything, to some extent. And it was taken perhaps even to the extreme of, it's fine. If you don't listen to anything, it's fine. It should become, at this point in life, I feel like, proper enough worry if you find that somebody is choosing to not listen to anything at all. Because in the end, it is, there is enough music available out there already that everyone should have the possibility of listening to whatever it is that they want. enough things to suit all the tastes of the people. It is impossible for you to actually have something so utterly specific to yourself that no one else will be capable of sharing the interest in with you, basically. And when that happens, when that gets, the proper expression will be, yeah, simply seen as a normal thing and whatnot. It is that I feel like, something might as well have gone in a strange direction. It doesn't need to be like that. Yet, unavoidably it has. Unavoidably, once I'm at this point, it is fine if you don't listen to anything. It is fine if you don't care about participating in that aspect of the music of life. Something, okay, this is a more proper argument. You can think about it like this. We have for so many years possessed that very same thing. How is it that now it will be acceptable for anyone to say, yeah, you know what, I don't really care about music? We have had throughout the rituals of human beings, of the far more quote-unquote primal human beings, the older tribes and whatnot, we always had things that were that served the purpose of giving sound to our existence through the things that we did ourselves, and not through any other sort of encounter with reality. Like, despite the musicality of the rest of the animals of this world, we have had almost, since consciousness existed, you could say, the whole reality of, yeah, and you know what, we also have the possibility ourselves of creating something. So the whole ritual of music and whatnot has always been present. To make it look like now it is fine to not have that is strange, I feel like. And it's far more necessary to listen to something along the lines of, I need to just, the issue is finding actually something that I like, but once I can finally identify something that I enjoy listening to, at that point perhaps my overall quality of life might be increased, even if it is just a 2% or 1% or half a percent, doesn't really matter sometimes how much exactly. The point is that there is something that actually makes existence itself better. And that should be enough, I guess. Or not, I guess, I feel like, in this case. Yet, once again, the whole sentiment is that other thing of, oh no, yeah, it doesn't matter. Do you listen to something or not? It doesn't matter at all. And that's the same reason as to why you could say some people have such an affiliation with all of that, the whole aspect of, yeah, I understand that I need to be listening to something. I feel like unavoidably, some people can get that sensation far more rapidly and whatnot, while here it is so much out, oh no, yeah, I don't get, why do you say that I should listen to anything? If I don't want to, I should not do that. It should be a lot more about, you should have the capacity to find what you actually enjoy, not suffer in the notion that, yeah, you truly have nothing that you like listening to. That's strange. That's bad, perhaps. That, yeah, no one cares if you don't listen to anything. Or it is fine for you to listen to absolutely nothing. That should not be the case. Entirely should not be the case. It seems it should be seen as something, I don't, not exactly worrisome, but worth discussing. Do you know what? I want to listen to music, but I don't really know what will make my life. Not exactly in that sense, such grandiose sense of, yeah, what makes my life better, but simply what I actually enjoy. In matter of taste, we have so many other discussions and whatnot, and when it comes to music, we still have such an absence of the conversation of, yeah, you should try to care about that actually, like, you should try to do something that matters for you. Also, wait. Where am I entering? Where am I entering? I didn't check. Amazing. No clue. I hope it is somewhere worth it is connected. True. wherever it was, it had to be worth, I hope. Because I did connect it to the rest of the temple, so good. Ah, yeah. What a person. Also, you're alive? What? I didn't kill the other guy? Wait. I need to go back. I need to actually go back. Fuck, I don't have time. Do I? I didn't kill you. Fuck. There we go. Good. Okay. That's this area. Good enough. Now, I connected something to 2 different places. What did I connect? Barracks? Okay. Good enough. Anyway, I was saying. Wait, let me actually read also this. This thing, tunnel, tempest, poison. Tikava is great, actually. In my eyes, Tikava is amazing. Yeah. But yeah, I was saying that I feel like in that sense it is that, it doesn't matter, do you listen to something or not? There is no importance whatsoever in that whole event. If you don't, it's fine. And if you do, it's also great, because you're finally participating in that discourse. But once again, otherwise, if you don't, doesn't matter. When it still have a far more noticed impact, I feel like it's like music is such an important component in life most of the time that it is strange to see that we still don't talk about it as something truly necessary, so to speak. Like, doesn't matter. And yeah, I guess that's most of it. I don't know if I am actually forgetting something. I feel like unavoidably I could read, but the main point is, yeah, listening to music is actually great. Sometimes it is strange to see the absence of all of that. There are more difficult terms that we can try to utilize. It is going to be to some extent annoying, but basically it goes along the lines of, and do you know what happens also? What's substantially meaningful and substantially necessary, even to some degree, is the existence of anything that has something to do with the reality, realization, and the allowance of things that allow the person to not be as worried, as directly engaged in that simple response mechanism of something triggers me and I react to it. No, rather something that allows anyone to also live life without having so much to, so to speak, lose themselves in the encounters that happen throughout their existence. And the music might as well be one of the easiest pathways to that. Like, whenever I can identify a good enough piece of music in my life, to the degree to which I actually feel like it is good, not to the, everyone says that it is good, I don't enjoy it, but everyone says that it is good, and I just nod my head because actually trying to talk about it might be bad. No. When I actually know that I like something, and when I allow that to happen, the consumption of that music in itself allows me to, while having that sound exist and surround my presence, so to speak, the far more, I guess, not exactly astral, but what's the word? Give me a second because I'm actually trying to look for a word. Primal aspect of, this thing is providing me ambience. Now I can also think. But in that other method of, I can actually think absolutely differently from what I tend to do when I don't have anything going on. Right now we can think, alright, like for example, I can take out my headphones and think, but the absence of noise might as well increase the intensity to which I tend to simply pay attention to the handful of perhaps entirely negative sounds that exist in my life that don't really contribute to anything, you know? And in having that happen and in having that exist and letting that be the continuous thing instead of actually choosing to be what brings the noise forward, it is that I then say, yeah, actually, this is well. Actually, this is to some extent the damage thing, and I should be far more engaged with that, but I am not. Once again, to some extent because I don't feel like I should, but in the very way in which I encounter reality might as well be affected by that. And I don't know, I think it's something about that whole aspect of music. So yeah, thank you. I don't know, I think I made my exposition as complete as possible in regards to something that barely occurred to me, like, I don't know, today. Probably you can trace the proper influence of something like that from the rest of the people who talk out the creative act and whatnot, the whole aspect of, yeah, and you know what? You always should be trying to care about listening to something good and listening to something that you actually like and whatnot. The whole, in the eyes of the great minds and whatnot, the notion that the music that surrounds your life is quite meaningful, and you should therefore be immersed in the act of choosing what you are going to be listening while you do anything of significance. When you, a proper example is this guy who has always been part of the industry, basically, of, yeah, this is about music, and this is about letting artists be good creators and whatnot. What's his name? This Fear, Rick Rubin, something like that. That guy. I'm pretty sure he also has quite a huge emphasis on, yeah, and you know what? It is necessary for people to be listening to something. And I feel like, unavoidably, there is an absence of a mention of the thing in itself. But the importance of the existence, yeah, of the interest in all of that, lies in the fact that, yeah, this map items quantity modifier cells affect light. Huh? What? Excuse me? Whatever you say, man. Also, I think this, and so far, literally no fucking divines. This is the best run ever. This one. I want this. I have this. What's the cost? 11. It is slowly becoming pricier and pricier to do this thing. How much will it actually take until it finally pays out? What a great question. I wish I also knew, because I'm starting to worry that it might not. But it's about fate. Probably unlocking this thing will be like 10 times better now, but I do not have the capacity to do that. I probably can, something along the lines of forcing it by doing incredibly basic encounters instead of going for these, which require the bonus. To obtain the bonus, I would require to the corrupted versions, but the corrupted versions absolutely kill me. That's the problem. Wait. Can I do it like this? Like, you tier 12. And a tier 12 like this? I can do it, actually. Amazing. Okay, what if we progress like that? Like, in this basic ass way. Instead of... The problem is I need to do like... What's... Maven's 10 boss invitation. We are barely on the 5th one, so We're gonna see. I think that I literally don't even get anything from completing this to some extent. Like, the bonus objective, which seems to be the most important thing to some extent, doesn't get delivered. So, whatever. We will see. We shall find out, actually. But yeah, whatever I was saying. You can find the influence of that thought from that place. I feel like that's the most obvious area of, yeah, this notion might as well come from that. Because from anywhere else, I don't feel like it actually gets talked out at all. Once again, sadly, there is no interest at all in music in general, in the broader sense. I already mentioned that. The whole aspect of, yeah, if you're listening to something, it's great, but if you aren't, it doesn't really matter. No one has to care about it, basically. So, you do whatever you want, man. And with that, due to that whole attitude, it is that in the end, there might actually be a negative effect happening, because we should actually try to some extent to care, no? It should be obvious enough that it should happen, that the person possesses an interest in that, no? Why is it so normalized to not actually care about all of that? If it... I do not want to say it in terms of, yeah, this is the only condition, but one of the many parts that end up contributing to the whole downfall of a person, if you want to say it like that. It sounds way too grandiose, but anyways. One of the many things that can be, in a way, negative for somebody who tries to live a good life, let's say, is the absence of that aspect. And okay, there is a mention of that in the whole notion of, yeah, you are, whenever you are talking about, what is it? The 5 noble arts or something like that, which you find in the older text of people like the Socratics, basically, and such. You do have an encounter with the notion of, yeah, it matters, but there is no proper mention of why it does matter. It is just a mention of something important, but the affiliation itself is more than anything else always made from the place of pleasure. Yeah, the person enjoys music, therefore we should make it look like music is absolutely necessary. It goes a little bit beyond that. I feel like on a word, I already said. The person needs to be listening to something that they like. Otherwise, the quality of the existence that you have is diminished. The quality of the life that you are capable of driving finds itself lowered simply because in the whole process of being you yourself, to give up so much agency over even these things, in the longer run, is the whole summatory and the addition of the similar factors of this sort. It isn't really necessary to give up on listening to good stuff, to things that you say, yeah, I like, I enjoy. In that case, it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't occur that the person has an absolutely negative attitude towards that. It should be far more normalized that, yeah, if I feel like listening to something good, then I should be doing that. I shouldn't be not caring at all if I listen to something or not. But thanks to this affiliation with that whole notion, through the absolute lack of interest, now the only thing that seems to truly be enabled is, well, if I listen to something, it's good. If I don't, it's also fine. And my point is that, yeah, qualities, the things that we enjoy, also find themselves impacted by these other factors. And it might as well have some sort of impact that perhaps we cannot entirely realize, but to some extent it can be. I feel like, for example, when I analyze my life and such, even to see that I wouldn't say that I was living a better life when I wasn't listening to nothing. even if I was listening to sad stuff, for example, the quality of my life was better, so to speak, you know? That whole notion I feel is absolutely basic to some extent, yet it doesn't happen that it is discussed at all in that way. It it could have some sort of importance, but no real way to actually know. No one actually has to care if that is the case or not. And I don't know, I think that's it. I think that's everything basically out of that. Yes. Simply that it has an importance. We're incapable of mentioning that at all, I feel like, sadly. Also, empty display case? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Why did I enter into a random salt area, like? What the fuck? What an encounter. Isn't there, like, another boss? No, it was the Maven. Ah, amazing. Ah. Ivory Temple complete. Good enough. So, I get to do, let me see. I get to do the map. I did, which one? Which one? Ah, this one. I didn't do the bonus, so I don't get the point. But I did the map itself. Understandable. I assume. But yeah, it's like, without them being absolutely corrupted and whatnot, I don't instantaneously die, so I am 10 times more willing to do that than to force myself to go around the other way. It is, anyways, whatever. I guess that, basically. The whole integration, okay, you can say it like that. The whole integration of the person in its entirety. The modern existence that we get to live, now we have truly felt like it is fine to abandon the always present aspect of, yeah, I am actually enjoying what goes around me. I am actually creating something sometimes, and it's far more difficult to say something about, yeah, everyone should be trying to create music. That is something utterly challenging to learn to utilize an instrument, to learn, even, okay, you need to learn to have skills with instruments. You can just be a good enough singer, for example. Even to learn to do that is difficult. But to not have that at all exist is worse. And to accept it as such is negative, I feel like. And that's where I sense we are sort of missing the point. But yeah, that's my argument. Thank you. Also, there are so many things to do, it's crazy. But yeah, no, I'm not actually done. Fuck. I mentioned it barely. I mentioned it barely. I wasn't entirely capable of covering all of it. The whole aspect of also, no, unavoidably to some extent it is the most important thing that lies within that is that, and you know what? It should be far more understood that, yeah, you cannot create music yourself. You are capable of, but most people will not give the time to actually learn the skill to do so. Therefore, at the very least, to try to possess the control behind that decision with what you listen to in terms of musical preference should be something that therefore leads to good benefits and whatnot. The normalization of the uncaringness for this aspect too is in this case negative. It doesn't need to happen that pop culture is the only thing that so to speak, carries forward and lets the person enjoy their existence and whatnot. Or even more, the whole aspect of sometimes it's pop music is not even that enjoyable. It's absolutely basic enough to say it, which everyone will enjoy. What's the proper expression is something along the lines of, everyone knows that pop music works, but it doesn't work because it is absolutely amazing. It works because it is generic enough to be good enough. Not, wow, I am so in love with this song. I am so uplifted when I listen to it. I am so, my life, my day is made better by knowing that I have the possibility today too of listening to this thing. No. Also, I don't understand at all what's the block that these enemies have. This is like a condition that I didn't read at all, and simply because of that, this is taking 20 times as longer. I am not even hitting for some reason. Why? Huh? What's happening? Do you have, like, you say something. Lightning and shock, extra projectiles. You don't say at all why you are immune. I didn't want to know anyways, I guess. At some point, it will die. And if it doesn't die, I will die. And if I die, I will rage quit so hard. Why does it take no damage? No clue. It simply doesn't. It's like, from time to time it gets hit, I guess. It has incredibly high evasion, probably something like 90% or so. But even so, I hit enough times to not have that be an issue. It has to be something else. God knows why. And I have no more reason. Love this so much. Favorite part of the game. When I run out of reason. Wait, give me a second. Let me open yours just in case. Also, can you stop playing me? Like. Wow, who could have expected that? No. You? Okay, you didn't die. I was like, wow, you died. Okay, there we go. That's it. Whatever that enemy was, wow. What an encounter, loco. Can happen, yes. It got. It was so boring. Gamble. Anything to actually gamble for? No. Open expedition locker, brother. Take this. Do you have anything else with me? No. Good enough. Okay. Listen. More ritual. Ritual and processing, my favorite part of life. Also, I don't even know how much I have been speaking so far. I should probably take a pause to drink something and such. Not die of dehydration simply because I wanted to speak. Doesn't need to happen every single time. Also, this is already. Wow, two. The same thing twice, and this other one is almost cheaper, entirely cheaper. Amazing. You are amazing, man. Can happen, I guess. Go. Not gonna say it. Yeah. Also, there was this one here. No, wait, because at this rate the map is going to take like 5 years. Let me drink water now. There we go, actually, thank you. And I don't know, I feel like now stuff of this sort is important always. But there is a degree of, yeah, I can try to actually think out of that, or I can simply continue with my life. And they, to some extent, always the act itself of trying to bring forward why anything like that might exist and possess an importance in itself. While it is possible, it also carries the weight of, I don't really know if I care. I don't really know if I want to think about it myself. I remember also what my condition is. Am I really, for example, am I really listening to that much music to say anything about it myself? Perhaps I am not, and perhaps that is bad, and perhaps therefore it shouldn't matter what I have to say about anything of this sort if I am not a good example of that. But even so, it is more like a self-defeating argument more than a real justification for the no, this is truly something to not strike out. Once again, with such a basic enough degree of even in the times in which one is feeling down, you can identify yeah, and you know what? Despite listening to quote-unquote sad music or whatever, I can still feel good. Do not have any music at all exist, I have felt like it's much worse. I don't really need to, have 1,000 years of dedicated time to the analysis and gathering of evidence of this statement. This one is far more funny, intuitive thought, so to speak, you know? In some cases, yeah, what it's asked before of, why would you care so much for evidence? In this case, unavoidably, that's not the thing that matters. In this case, it's something entirely else different, of a completely different nature actually. Also, what the fuck are all these totems? And why do they keep being created? Are you done? No. Can you stop making totems? Holy... Okay, that thing was the only thing left. Okay. Whatever you say. Absolutely ridiculous. Whatever. Also, didn't I skip like an area? Like an entire area? Or am I going crazy? Probably I'm going crazy, no? Right? Yeah, there it is. I didn't skip anything. Great. Okay, now we're done. Good map. I'm never coming back. Thank you. No, yeah, sorry, I am actually going to come back. I needed to come back at some point to actually finish it properly. So, why are we doing that? To try to get the 10 Maven invitation. Meaningful enough, I guess. Also, do you have any tier 13? Actually, yeah, I have one. I didn't mean to do that. This one. Here. Dome the incitement. Man. You. Do I need it? Do I need to do it like that? Why don't I? Wait. I have a tier 8 here, like tier 9, tier 8. I can do tier 10, and I can corrupt it. Why do I need to do it corrupted? I don't need to do it corrupted either, right? I need to corrupt it. I did out of automatism, basically. No, not. It isn't even necessary. Good enough. So it is sufficient with just doing by doing tier 10s. Good enough. In any position I still have a hard time actually understanding some mechanics. Also, wait, I haven't checked that at all. The game has lagged. But we haven't dropped any frames. Good enough. So, I guess it is my experience. The game isn't really lying or something like that, probably. Who knows? What the fuck are we? Why is everything like full of areas? What are these areas doing with the segregated ground? Ah, you're taking chaos damage, but I am not for some reason? Whatever you say, man. But yeah, I was saying, sorry. Going back to the whole mention of, yeah, sometimes you can defeat the whole argument by realizing that you don't really apply to it and whatnot. And at other instances, there is also sadly the issue of, it's more of an easy way out. A cheap solution to not actually have to truly base the thought itself, the possibility of realizing that, this does affect my nature too, might as well be too, no, it's not exactly heavy, but way too friction creating to willfully discuss, even if it is a conversation that one has with oneself and whatnot, there is still that layer of, I don't know if I wanted to truly say that, no, I am lacking there. But, I don't know. It's just about being capable of figuring out the stuff of that sort too. For the sake of, in the end, once again, I feel like, to properly put it into like some sort of graduation, sometimes it's literally just a basic 1 or 2% increase, but just that a minimal increase is still absolutely significant to the point to which you can say that, this actually this matters, and a lot perhaps. The whole, what's the notion? Throughout my days, or throughout the year rather, the more tiny increases of this very same sort that I have, the better in general my life gets to be. And because I can actually allow that to happen with enough consistency, I also enter the possibility of enjoying being alive in itself. I don't need to force an enjoyment to be so present, because in the addition, I could have been, once again, simply if you sum everything up, I could have been perhaps 365% more happy by simply taking care of this aspect of my own existence. And, oh yeah, but it is just 1% today and tomorrow and every single day. Once again, that whole, I guess, aspect of atomic habits and whatnot, even when things seem small, in hindsight, they do have that's a much wider of an actual influence, to the degree to which they entirely deserve to be respected as what they truly are, something that in the end alters the life course of a person. I wouldn't say that the major reason, what I started with, it isn't the reason itself, but it is a contributing factor to the aspect of, yeah, you know what, this world is so fucking bleak. Have you found out things that you like to listen to? Have you encountered something that you enjoy having in your ears? Or are you actually suffering because the idea simply is, no, I cannot do this, I cannot try to have this garbage exist. It is all so horrible, so stupid. In the end, how can we expect to have that happen if all of that is always a negative confrontation with the realities of that sort, you know? But it is whatever, I guess, to some extent it is whatever. Also this... it's not like if it were for the atomic habits that surrounded our existence, there are absolutely so many that in the end, to be capable of grasping all of them will be, I wouldn't say exactly irritating, but capable of driving anyone crazy. Yeah, that much probably accurate enough. So many things that deserve, even if 5 minutes of attention, like for example, the whole notion of I dedicate 5 minutes to self-care in terms of I make sure that I am physically feeling well. I make sure also that I am having enough hydration, enough whatever it is, and I'll take combinations of those things to reach the final conclusion of, and in the end, therefore, yeah, I am fine. And it is quite a good time, and it is quite a meaningful thing to have, and it is quite an amazing thing to make sure happens. But also, in the whole process of having all those things exist, I might be spending not a handful of minutes, not 5 minutes. I might as well be spending perhaps 2 hours out of what's my life right now? What is the whole spectrum of things that I'm actually allowed to experience at this very moment? Because I am pretty sure sometimes I don't really have that much time to spare or to give away or to anything like that. Sometimes I can barely have half an hour to myself, and now you're telling me that I have to cut down on that too, simply because, oh no, yeah, you need to listen to something. Truly, is it absolutely necessary, or is it more of a, perhaps it matters, perhaps it doesn't matter? So, perhaps you can think about it, or you can completely discard it, and if you discard it, nothing bad is going to happen to you. I feel like, yeah, the whole tension, I feel like that is the easiest way to explain it. There is a huge degree of annoyance when it comes to, this thing is actually absolutely impactful, to declare that it's bad. Many things are absolutely impactful, but to say it out loud is also bad, because you make a person way too self-conscious about what is yet another blind, what is it, not blind, Ari? Thing that one cannot really realize, so to speak. Something that we as a person are not absolutely capable of understanding their importance in our life and whatnot. Basically that. Also, where the fuck am I going? Didn't I have a... here, up here. Hehe. Why did I... Something tells me that once I took off the fucking 3 extra modifiers for corruption, things stopped being absolutely impossible to deal with. Who knows, no? We are going to act like that's not the case, and I am not going to say that I was doing something bad. Because I am amazing like that. Oh my god. Also, I don't even get why I was exactly doing that. I feel like to some extent it is useful, but to some other extent it isn't really that beneficial. Like, I am not at such a stage in the late game that it is absolutely justified to try to have every single thing be corrupted. I feel like, I don't know, perhaps I am wrong. There we go, that was this map, I guess? Yeah. Well, almost entirely. We still have the fucking mirage too. Amazing. Superior trauma support. So amazing. Wait, what? Isn't this great? Like, I cannot apply it. Why can't I apply it? Why can't I apply it? What? Supports melee strike. That do not inherently apply trauma? This thing doesn't apply trauma. Why can't I use it then? Eh? Eh? What? Triggered skills. This is not a triggered skill either. Too many questions that don't need exactly to be answered, so whatever you say, bro. If I don't have access to it, you are so right, Doomfy. You do have anything interesting? No. Goodbye. Now we come to you. Cache of currency. Good enough, I guess. Give me a second, actually. I want to ring yet again. As it's that it was going to be farm day, it wasn't in the end farm day, so we all won, quote unquote. Holy shit. Terrible. What a mirage. You. Nothing important. Good. Ah, that's what I was expecting, actually. Nothing of substance. Great. Also, this thing is like, to some extent good, but to some other extent like horribly bad. It doesn't really kill slash open that many tropes, so it's not like, oh wow, my entire life is saved thanks to just having to place one big mine. Whatever. Today, I wake up with the desire to complain instead of living life and being capable of enjoying what little I actually have control over. It is better to do that every single day of existence than to actually be capable of enjoying the handful of things that one indeed has the possibility of affecting, because I can more rapidly blame the rest of the world than to live my life. Because in the end, it isn't my life. I have to make myself believe. Otherwise, if I said that so honestly and so directly, what will it be of me in the end? How many times have I already abandoned that very same thing in the past? Just to now trace back to it and say, oh no, yeah, this is so important, this is so necessary. Truly? Think so? Whatever. Life is blank. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. Can happen. Also, I don't know why I'm not dying. Is this a good enough? The only thing that I changed was having this. That cannot be the reason, right? Like, for some reason I'm not dying. I have no clue why yet. But it isn't happening, so should be happy with that. Stop looking for reasons. Sometimes life doesn't require reasons. Just have to enjoy whatever you are given. Stop looking for a why. Sometimes you do not deserve things, even if they are amazing. But you don't have to wonder about that. Just have to accept that they are. Yeah. Take the fun out of things when you think too much about everything. Don't do that. So dumb. Okay, now we're actually on. I think. And if I am forgetting something, I cannot actually remember, so doesn't matter at all. Thumbs up for this area wasn't complete Alba's incursion? What are you talking about? I forgot about one? Truly? You're telling me that I forgot about an incursion. Where? Around here? Seems to not be the case. Where? Alba? Where is the other incursion? Was it in the Wars area? Did I ignore it? No! I probably did. I wouldn't be that surprised if that's the case, actually. Let me see here. That's one. Ah, yeah, there was another one here. Okay. Good enough. I did forget then. Great. Also, no, wait. Mute temple. I want these. I think I want these, no? Like, I should want that, right? Otherwise, I can simply disconnect that. I can disconnect the hatchery. Absolutely lucky would be I disconnect the hatchery and connect the royal meeting room. Now, will that happen? Probably not. Taking into consideration that double, what's the expression? Double stem of passage won't. Okay, there is one. Isn't that common most of the time? We will see. We trust the process wherever it takes us. Amazing! I cannot close you. Thank you, anyways, for everything. Thank you. Thank you forever. I'm dying. Amazing. Such a beautiful thing. Why did it not let me close it? Wasn't that like a fundamental before? I remember so many times in which I absolutely breaked some temples by closing doors by mistake when I didn't understand it. Now you tell me that it doesn't matter? Okay, I guess. Go. I'm not gonna say that. Also, this doesn't go here. Whatever, man. I have so many things, what the fuck? The broken crown. It is a... It seems to be a minimally good. I don't know exactly how good of an item actually it is. Let me look this one up, man. I haven't looked any other item up. Let me just do this one. This one. The broken crown, absolutely garbage. Beautiful. It was so meaningful. Now I know. What I see as a shiny thing everyone else hates in its entirety makes so much sense, bro. Ice bite. If I have, wait, I have 132,000 damage. If I change this, 130, what the fuck? Ah, because I have the vendor open. 1 second. Now, 106. Okay. It is absolutely substantial, let's see. I shouldn't change that at all. Ah. We are good. Very well done. So. Also, didn't I gain a level? Like, am I losing my mind? Didn't I gain a level recently enough? Like, what did I... Wait, I was this one. I upgraded this, right? Yeah, I gained a level. What did I also level up? Ah, this thing. I am going for this. Beautiful. I was too lost in whatever I was talking about at that moment. Excuse me. I didn't mean to do that. Also, don't I have like... Chaos resistance. Is there nothing available over here? Beautiful, beautiful. Nothing besides this thing, which is for minions, which is something that I absolutely not utilize. Which means that I am screwed. Wow. So great. Such is life, I guess, can happen. Matter. Have a great day. So, also what? Why 6? Ah, I was looking for excavation, I forgot about that. Why is excavation marked? Because you have it highlighted, brother. Indeed, so true. Ah, wait, no. Cannot do that. I have to do it with this one. True. Also, no, wait. Give me a second. I'm actually going to take a second. Quick. I will break. Thank you. Yes. So, see you in between the next second, which has already gone, so not that second, and at some point in the future in which I finally come back, which is undetermined, but not that distant, perhaps. Unless nothing, man. I'm going to be back soon enough, so yeah, see you. There we go. Now, we have the proper VR eating, so yeah, see you in sometime soon enough. What's up? Back. Life is to be enjoyed like that. Ah, what a what a simple way. I thought I was absolutely sure that we were going to have like so many issues actually farming and whatnot, and I still don't know what's changed for me to not be dying at every single instance. I didn't really modify anything. I still don't know what happened. At some point it will make sense, I guess. If it gets to at all. But whatever. Whatever it is, life is beautiful like that, so. Also, didn't I already do this map before? Like, wait. Excuse me? Park? Volcano. Ah, no, okay. It has literally the same layout as another map, but doesn't matter. We love repetition of content anyways. It is meaningful enough to be not a problem, even if it is repeated, I guess, something along those lines, surely. So it is all good. Because, in the end, most of our life, we spend it doing the same thing over and over and over. Time and time again, until at some point, something perhaps changes, or we finally get bored of it enough to say that it is time to go for a difference. Or there is no need to do that, because in the end, the repetition is what makes it enjoyable. To know that you already liked the thing in the first encounter, and you are willing to keep on doing it until the end of time, is also meaningful enough. And sometimes one cannot truly grasp the essence of such a reality, but it can actually happen that, yeah, you say, it is whatever, but it is my whatever, and I am happy with that. Sometimes, not exactly a mistake, not exactly in the alleyway of mistakes. I don't think that that's enjoyable at all, actually. Unavoidably, probably something about the whole aspect of, okay, I can understand when I fail, and when I fail, I also can identify in which way I could try to do better, simply from that I could feel better. The whole active learning, basically, that allows a person to actually at that point not feel as bad. But otherwise, I will most certainly say that in many other occasions it doesn't happen in that same direction of, yeah, when you're committing mistakes, you don't feel bad about it. No, actually, in most of the cases it happens that mistakes lead to dissatisfaction enough to actually not lead to the desire to keep on doing anything, whatever it is. The part of the resilience, I guess, qualities and whatnot that has to do with, yeah, and once I commit a mistake, I can let it be whatever it is, because in the end, the not exactly mentality, but simply the notion, the awareness of, yeah, it's fine, it can't fail today, tomorrow it might go well, tomorrow it might be finally what it should have always been, and today at the very least not only did I try, but I made sure that I did participate in this in terms of, okay, this is done. I cannot say that it failed because I didn't know to do it. My consciousness rests at ease because I know that the failure was not from there exactly. So that already is beautiful. Also, yeah, I am not dying. I have no clue what changed. Something has been changed. And I want to know why. Because I remember this very same boss instantaneously killed me last time. Whatever it is. I remember one of the notes that I took was a change in, like, enemies have like 25% less damage or something like that. Also, can you give me a second? Oh, I forgot that my screen turns itself off after a handful of hours. Amazing. The only issue here is trying to actually hit this enemy, because the skill that it uses is completely against my build. Because it relies on me being literally on top of it, which I cannot do that much right now. But it is fine, it is whatever. We are willing to do it like this. Okay, there we go. Good. Good enough, good enough. And also finally Atlas skill tree 1. There is also Atlas skill tree 2, so the only issue I guess I will have to pay attention to the whole aspect of divination cards and whatnot. Because this team is good, but who knows how to actually make it happen in terms of... yeah. This is the right direction to go in. And also about divination cards, there are like only 2 or 3 things to actually do anyway, so... Wow. There is truly nothing else to increase? No, wait. Strongbox. You have this pathway. An additional strongbox. What's the point of being guarded by additional monsters? That part doesn't matter. Corrupted are at least rare. Chance to be opened again. Openable again. Right there. And this thing here. And that will be everything that strong boxes have to offer. Okay, whatever you say. So yeah, it isn't really an option basically. It's good, I guess. It's whatever. Fine. But is it... I remember, okay, no. I remember the stats. It's not really that useful anyways to try to get a drum box with the divination cards modifier is like incredibly rare. We will see, perhaps. Trying it wouldn't kill anyone, I guess, something like that. Also, none of these are meaningful actually, so we are done here. I don't really need to farm that. That's everything so far. Amazing. And also no rares. What a sad map, man. Wait. Maybe. Invitation. Activate. What comes after this? Are you gonna show me? No, I have to first survive this. Which is a problem in and of itself. But it's survivable, I guess. Just requires some patience. Go ahead. It's doable enough. Is it doable? Oh my god, I don't actually know. Perhaps it's not. Perhaps I overestimated my capacities. Perhaps. But, oh my god. Why was I stunned? What happened there? Give me a second. Okay. You. No. I can kill you. Can I kill you? I think I can't kill you. No, I can't. Also, what is this guy? Who is that guy? What a random encounter. Okay, I think one died, probably. Two died, probably. Who knows? Two are left alive yet, so... And both of them have the same fucking skill of throwing... Ah, no, it's not two of them. The actual issue is the... the duplicates that get created by Maven itself. Understandable. Also, every single death unavoidably makes it 10 times harder. It can happen, I guess. What are you duplicating? Sun color. Okay. Doable enough, doable enough. As long as you're not duplicating the other one. Okay, I think it is. That's it. Okay, good enough. Disdain, so true. A delirium orb? What is a delirium orb? What? What? Like, exactly what is that? Excuse me? I want a delirium orb. What is a... Disdain. A delirium. Ah, whichever one. That adds... Okay. I see. Understandable. Whichever one of them, basically. Makes sense. Okay. Then that's it, I guess. I would have expected it to be a lot more difficult, but... Yeah, at some point they would stop being so horribly bad, I guess. This time around I'm not dying 50 times before getting anywhere, so... That's beautiful. Now, still, what are we doing? 6 bosses. So this is the 6th invitation from tier 12. Then I guess the next tier is something like tier 14. It went from 10 to 12. So 14, probably something like 7 after that. Then, yeah, pass for every single number until finally reaching 10, just to do this thing faster. But the problem is, without this, it makes the farming a lot less reliable. So, whatever. We shall do it like this, I guess, then. It's fine. It's whatever. And in the end, I don't know, there are... I feel like one of the handful of things that are good enough is the reality that, yeah, the world has stopped looking to be headed straight to hell, quote unquote. The expression is something like that. The simplified expression is something like that. The reality is far more simple in terms of, we are simply having as many problematic situations with our existence as before, and that is great. But it had a huge taint. Basically, being alive, I guess, had a huge taint of, oh wow, things are so almost so over. But nowadays they don't seem to look like that anymore, so that's great. That's very, very great. It's satisfying to know that indeed we are. I don't know, it's something too early. You can say it like that. That one of the sad realities of the current world is that we have. It's almost impossible to avoid the influences, so to speak, of these external factors, these medias, basically. The real point lies in the influence of media in the person, in the singular individual, basically. The whole notion of whenever I consume external media and whenever I consume the news and whatnot, I might as well find myself somewhat altered negatively by that. And nowadays, I think it's almost, as long as you're a social person, you're almost forced to go through that, I guess. That's the way to say it. That sadly, the social connections that we sustain in one way or another surround us with that, even if we personally try to not have that happen, you know? And that is understandable enough. I feel like on a water that is understandable enough. Sadly, there is not really much to, in this case, try to alter, so to speak. Like, what do we do? What can we do about that, you know? Eldritch minions again? What? Whatever is an Eldritch minion, brother. But yeah, my point is, and I don't know, it's not exactly bad that things have gone in that direction. Nowadays, it is still great to have the possibility of getting to inform yourself thanks to what other people show you and what other people get to demonstrate and what, you know, based on the discoveries that they also make. But in the end, it is still to some degree worrisome how much of a normal thing it ends up being. That yeah, you know what, we are gonna be surrounded by all of these factors and we're gonna be not affected by them, quote unquote, when in the end they possess such a negative connotation to all of those, basically making it quite difficult for the average person to not be, despite their best of intentions, being consumed by the. It's not exactly reasoning, but yeah, aura of commotion that is created once again thanks to the consumption. Sorry. Thanks to the consumption of media like that, and thanks to the consumption of news. The eternal issue of news are making you lose your mind a little bit each day that you decide to turn on the TV and say, perhaps this thing is going to inform me, while you just end up yet again being reminded of the absolute state of worrisomeness that everything has. It's some degree, it's understandable. To some other degree, it's absolutely sad that that is the case. You can say in an absolutely reasonable fashion that it shouldn't be the case that we are so caring about some handful of things. Indeed, there have been some events that were totally impactful, no? But even so, even if that was totally true, it doesn't mean that it is justified. to be, because things are worrisome, be completely, not just obsessed, but rather consumed by the generation of the information around all of that, you know? And because that has such a place in the current landscape of media and whatnot, it is almost unavoidable to have that happen. And sadly, the point that I was making with the social interactions with others and whatnot is that I don't know, I don't think it can be avoided. Because it has such a far outreach that most certainly you're gonna hear about it from at least one person. It's impossible to not have someone know about that, you know? It will be unreal to expect no one to know about that, basically. But who knows? I feel like we don't really care about all of that to some extent. We should know that it might be the case that, yeah, perhaps I might be worrying out news too much, but since everyone else also does the same thing, why worry oneself? Why think about it oneself and such? Also, this is lithium. Wait. Give me this. What is the point of a general? I am refunding something as if I knew what I am doing. I should not do that. I should actually read the wiki again. I love when overconfidence takes control of anyone. It can happen to anyone, no? And you say, yeah, it's fine, I can check and it won't damage me. I have no clue what I'm doing sometimes. But it's easier to say, oh no, yeah, obviously, this is the right direction. It's still stronger. Writing invitation? Excuse me, a writing invitation? It's some sort of purposeful. So I put this somewhere. Excuse me? Here. Tier 10, tier 11, so tier 12, 13, 14, who knows? But I have an item that I cannot take out basically, so that's absolutely fun for sure. Also, let me take out this, now put this, and you know what, yeah, we can take out this anyways. And before actually leaving, we sell these two, except sell this. And what am I missing? Nothing. No, here. Yeah, we are great, basically. Great enough. And I didn't realize that I can probably take out this. Place it back here. There we go. Good enough, good enough. Or not bad enough to be good. It is, yeah, progression is slow but consistent, I guess, something like that. So acceptable, basically. Also I didn't remove the invitation and whatnot, so Very good play. I am now going to have to pay for that decision with the fact that I will keep getting stuff like, yeah, do you want to buff yourself? Do you want to buff the enemies? I want to buff nothing, actually. No, I guess the only lesson that I can actually take out from playing this game, there are many, but the only that I can take out from this current run is, only I have learned to be a much less greedier person. It's difficult to actually say it in terms of, I can identify that having happened because of the simple concept of having played this simple game, but in the end it was absolutely true that it brings you to be so pushy sometimes, so willing to discard the rational aspect of, it can take a little bit longer, but it is fine, it is whatever. The point is that it goes somewhere, not exactly how many seconds you get to save. It's the sensation of being in a, not exactly a speedrun, but a competition against every single other person to make the fastest time possible and whatnot, when at some point it doesn't really matter, is surprising. Because in this case it was truly the fact that, we're fine. It takes however long it takes, and we do well enough, and that's great. But the human nature is rather, it has to not take long, it has to be much more paused and much more distance in time and whatnot, and that I'm pretty sure, not that I'm pretty sure, that it does make it a lot less enjoyable in the end. But, as always, getting to remember why things are enjoyable in the first place, stopping ignoring the bell that says that, this is the thing that you should be doing. Sometimes it's not about the competition, sometimes it's about the personal experience that you get out of the thing, even if there is the factor of others. It's not like, this is a single player game. Well, it isn't, but it doesn't make it therefore be uniquely centered around making sure that you are doing better than everyone else. That's not exactly also the point. Also, that's it. That is this map. Wow. Such an amazing encounter, huh? This is the same guy that I already killed, literally in this case. Good, I guess. Acceptable. And that was, wait, just in case, what do you have? What do you offer? Scarabs, I'm good. Golden, I'm good. Divine Shrine? Wait. Divine Shrine? Isn't Divine Shrine like good? Supposedly? You cannot be damaged or killed. Understandable. So it's literally a free map, basically. And simply because of that, it's great enough to some extent, basically. Map boss, the less orbs, I guess, yeah. I love how I cannot be killed, but I can still be absolutely hindered by my lack of mana. Beautiful. I thought the Divine Shrine was something different, like actually related to divines in themselves, but it's not the case, so can happen. At least I tell myself that I learned the lesson. Did I actually? Probably next time I will have forgotten about that. But it's fine. Divination cards, which reward gems, eh? Also what? I have no clue what I'm reading sometimes. This thing is... Rarity, final boss, blight scarabs... Whatever. It seems like such an impossible to grasp mechanic sometimes. They are absolutely strange. But they seem to work enough, so... Not already complaining here. Also, this thing is absolutely broken, like... Getting this paired with... Makes you think. And I like that I got this here, but I got no benefit in the other side. No clue why. But it did happen, so it is whatever. And what's up with you, brother? Do you dare challenge me? Indeed. Watch this. I do not even have to live being above you, literally, because taking no damage whatsoever. Okay, there we go. That's this map. Great enough. Good enough. That's everything. I don't know, I think that probably... we can try, okay. The current objective is gonna be then we do this, we reach this area, basically. We finish it, and after that, this is the sitting chime. After that, we are done for today, probably. And in the end, it wasn't at all farming day. Amazing. I completely diverted my attention to something completely different. Can happen, I guess. Give me this, give me this too. Also, why did this thing get saved here? What? Excuse me? They get saved there, despite me having them... Huh? Can happen. Whatever, there we go. And wait, this thing is small. Yeah. Good enough. So, here do we have this thing goes out. In comes this. Good enough. Okay, great. I have every single one tier 12 at least. Understandable. I don't even know how I did that, but it happened somehow. And you sell. And now anything else that I should be trying to do before entering? Like this is fine, I guess. I had already opened the map. Will I actually think about what I had before? Probably not. Probably I should forget about it actually. That was a mistake that comes from repetition once again. The desire to hasten the progress makes you sometimes not realize that you might have hindered yourself, but sometimes it isn't really noticeable at all, not a problem that actually affects you in any meaningful way, so. Also, I cannot jump there, it's so over. Why show me the pathway if you're not gonna let me songster? Ah. Such a crybaby. Also, wow. Life cannot be what? Cannot be leached, understandable. But whatever, it's good enough. Slow. It's not even a slow progress. Once again, I don't even understand where some things are so wonderfully meaningless. Some sayings, I prefer to take it from that direction of sayings. Some notions that are installed in the collective mind, in the unconscious mind of the groups and whatnot. Like, yeah, slow progress is better than no progress at all. In this case, there is not even any slow progress. We are going incredibly well. It isn't about the slow progress. We are good. We are beautifully well. Yet the notion that comes first to mind is, yeah, slow progress is better than no progress at all. We did so much. We are progressing to ring with anything. When compared to other streams, I didn't gain anything at all. I think there were some times in which we literally spent so much of it doing nothing at all. That was amazing. Yet here we are, getting things done. The capacity to not appreciate the reality is astonishing. Those parts of the world that remain unobserved are absolutely abysmal to the person and its simple existence, delicate enough existence. But well, the point is that, yeah, we are doing this stuff. And indeed, more so after that quote-unquote realization, we are not even slowly progressing. We are well. We're actually well. So beautiful. What is it compared to or something like that? I have no clue. There has to be some metric that I am ignoring, that my mind has to be following to say, yeah, compared to that, it is that you're not really moving and blasting through every area. Like, I know, probably there is a whole notion of, yeah, you should be mapping, like, in 2 or 3 minutes you should be completing each map. Supposedly, I don't even know if that is true. Like, I assumed that it might be correct. I don't even know how much an actual competent mapper takes in relation to doing all of this stuff. Those instilled beliefs are so amazing, so meaningless unavoidably, but so amazing to see. Where the fuck did you come from? Why did they accept you as such? Who knows? But I didn't worry, I didn't bother thinking about it before. Perhaps I will not worry, I will not think about it now. It doesn't insta-kill me. Wow. Also, oh my god. Totem mechanic, really? Favorite part of the when the boss has 20 totems to kill before actually killing him. Forced longevity for the sake of being longer. So good. But anyways, Trevor. See, it's Just in case. Let me see what's the thing that you... The Trial Master. Oof. I literally died with the last one, so I shouldn't trust myself here either. Protect the altar. Oh my god. What an annoying modifier, actually. I can skip you today. I can skip you, man. I don't care about what you have to offer. I am fine not doing whatever you are giving me the possibility of doing. Sometimes it's also about saying no. Accepting that it is not necessary to fill your hands with so many unnecessary things. So yeah, so many mechanics that this game has. Do I actually care about them? Perhaps not. At this point, perhaps not. And you, what's up with you? Yashi of a stacked decks. Coin of knowledge. Let me see. Market. Coin of knowledge. What's your price? What are you looking for? There we go. No instant buyout. There we go. 8 chaoses. Can be significant enough, I guess. I mean, that's not even the actual price. The actual price is 18. Can be significant enough then, yeah. But I'm gonna rush it. I'm not gonna do the whole thing. It's tiny anyway, so it's good. And also free chaos, so worth it. I almost died there actually. Wow. So it isn't about me. If I knew why I don't die sometimes, now I did that whatever you say. Whatever you say. You are so right, Doomfin. And one of the many benefits of not having died as much is that we stopped losing 20 levels each time. I did gain 1 level, 2 levels actually, I think, yeah? So, great enough. Amazing, not great. Totally amazing. And this is exactly what I was looking for, so we are done. Okay, give me this. Give me this, indeed. Anything else? This. Yes. Okay, now, final map of the day. Here we go. I don't even need to stash anything, wherever. This here, and this is the main of Timeless Conflict. Understandable. What? What is this? What? Activate. Enter sitting chime. No clue how difficult it is. If I die, I won't complain. Why the fuck is there damage? Huh? It was the boss appearing, making its entrance. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, it doesn't have any insta-kill attack, so I am more than happy just with that. My satisfaction is unmeasurable. Great. Also, do you wanna come here? Like, huh? What the fuck is that? Why can't I utilize movement skills? Like, what's up with that particularly? And, excuse me? How do you... What? How do you survive that? Like... Wow. I understand also the tentacles are insta-kill, basically. Whatever you say, man. I see. I think I get it. I don't know if I actually do. Okay. We are almost done, basically. Unless it has a second phase, my favorite part of playing games like this. The second phase, the beloved second phase. And I didn't dodge expected. Okay. Ah, okay. You have even more range than before. Excuse me for not having gotten that part of the mechanic. Now comes the part in which I fail for no reason whatsoever, and I die for no reason whatsoever, and I fail the unique map for no reason whatsoever. Do you want to die? Do you want to, like, come out of the ground? Do I have to bait you? What do I have to do? There we go. Now, oh my god. What an amazing enemy. Don't make yourself fucking immortal. What an enemy. Now comes the part in which either you die or I die. One of us has to die. Can you do me a favor? I'll be you, the one who dies. Okay. I have like a mini time frame. Oh my god. Okay. What that was. For sure. This is it. This is the moment in which I die and I rage quit and I feel the frustration of 1,000 suns roll my veins or something like that. No. You're amazing. You're absolutely amazing. You're absolutely amazing. No way. How do I know where to go? Okay. Hunger without end. So true, man. Where... Do you want to tell me where do you... Here. There is no minimap even. What a wonderful thing, huh? An encounter with no discernible direction from this one. And from here to here. Next direction, here. That's not the direction, I think. Yeah. This place and here. Where to? Here. No? No. So, where to? Do you wanna show me? No, don't show me, don't show me. I will figure it out by myself for sure, somehow. And I cannot pause. You have -1 physical damage. You are so great. This isn't it, right? How do you... Oh my god. How do you even get out of here? Like, what do you do? Beautiful, huh? What a way to have the player be entertained by all of this. For sure, it had a deep meaning, all of this thing. There we go. Whatever, brother. Ah, done. It was all that loss was done for a dramatic, uh, with a dramatic purpose, basically. Whatever. I finished that and I gained nothing. Understandable. So why did I finish it? Like, for the Maven encounter, right? No? No? Whatever. Whatever you are, whatever you do, you are so well, my man. Whatever. We are done. That's the point, that we are done. We did enough today. We made it. Well, yeah, it was good, it was good. I enjoyed it, so thanks. As always, I guess, thanks for everything. Thanks for the time, the patience, the interest. Have a good one. And until next time, I don't know if tomorrow, actually, but we will see. And yeah, take care, I guess. And as always, make sure to be responsible, hydrate, everything else. And even if we don't get to see ourselves next time, doesn't matter.